Alrighty guys, we are back with another one on the AU. But this time, we got a bunch of goodies on the table. Alright, so this is gonna be a hard one. I'm injured. I'm fully one-armed. I cut through the tendon on my left middle finger at work with a bloody roller door. The roller door unraveled as I was putting it on the back of the truck and got my finger. Deep cut, got the tendon, not ideal. Luckily, I say luckily, no one wants to be injured, but luckily it was a workplace injury, so it's not the end of my life right now, but it is because I can't do anything. So I'm gonna try do some basic stuff with one arm until I either get a bit pissed off and go, I can't do this no more, or I kind of realise that it's not gonna work. I can't really risk too much because I want my life to go down the way of dirt bikes, cars, building cars, drifting, full driving, and I need this bloody hand, so I can't risk it. Also, for carpentry, I can't risk it, so I gotta be very careful. So this is probably going to be an interesting episode. Struggling to record, struggling to do things. I don't really know how I'm going to do it too well, but yeah. Anyway, we got a table full of goodies, as you may have seen. Yeah, I got to figure things out one-handed. Shall we flip this? We do that, we do that. Alright, so the main things that we're doing is we got Haltech. All of this is basically from the Hilux, other than like some brand new stuff that I've got. Little filter, that's yeah. But yeah, Hilux is getting fully changed in the future, so I stole some stuff. Haltech, I spent last night repinning the plug. Pulled apart the whole plug, repinned everything, labelled everything from where I need to wire it into. I am doing a kind of, I guess, piggyback kind of system in this at the moment, since it's the auto and the factory AU ECU runs the shifting. So I'll be wired in, I'll explain that. I've got a whole diagram on the phone, so when I get to that, I'll explain it a little more. Which may help you guys out wiring your own Haltech 750, or really most Haltechs, into AAU. Other than that, we got power chin dash. I love this dash, it's very customizable. I do also have the box so you can wire more things into it, more sensors, since you can only wire a couple into the 750. AM wideband sensor. I'm hoping that this bloody sensor directly into the stock narrowband port, so I don't have to do any welding, because yeah. But so yeah, wideband. A bunch of other sensor stuff may or may not need, but just to stay safe, I gotta get a new bung for that so I can do oil temps, oil pressure. Once you wire this Haltech into AU and the coolant temp, apparently the dash gauge goes away, so I may not be using that because I'm going to wire it straight into there, the power shin. But adapter for that, fuel system, probably won't be doing the fuel system right now because that's more of a two-handed job, but we'll still be in this video. And catch can. Oh, and obviously a box full of AN fittings and lines in case I need them. So with the catch can, I will explain how I'm gonna bloody do it somehow with me one hand. Oh yeah. I have chopped out this piece of the SAS catch can, which is just from Super Cheap. This piece goes on top. So the reason why I chopped that out is because I think that literally stops your inlet outlets. So I cut that out so I can run it. Then I now can run the PCV valve and breather from the valve cover directly into there and chuck the breather straight on top of that. Got my friend. I will explain that when I put that in to hear a little bit better. But yeah, without further ado, let's start doing some stuff. on putting on the coolant buddy adapter piece directly into here first to get everything ready to wire. And then I'll do the catch can, because nice and easy, it's just disconnect this. This is the PCV one. PVC, PCV, one of them, no way around. So you're gonna disconnect this, block off that hose, disconnect the rear one, block off the port on the intake itself, run them both into that, and then breather out the top. I'll explain that a bit more once I'm plumbed it, and then we get into the more exciting Haltech stuff. Also, bloody switch for the fans so that I don't overheat when I'm doing skids and have to slow down. So yeah, start getting into the Falcon. It's been a couple days of just looking at it, being a bit upset, so let's get some stuff into the dog. Hopefully. I'll get back to you once I figure out some things, chop some things, start doing things. And we're back. I don't know where I just put the dog. Not yet. Me being me, I'm not going to chuck in this yet. Purely because I marked it. Purely because I may not need it. I did say it's going to delete the gauge that works on the dash, but I'm changing the dash to the power tune with a CAN bus plugged straight to the Haltech, so I may not actually need it, which is ideal because they are a failing point. When they get hot, they can blow off your hose clamps and all that stuff. So for the time being, that is not going in. So first step first is catch can then, and then start wiring Haltech, which I'll explain. Alright, I don't even want to talk about how bloody long that took. For example, at one point it took me 5 minutes to get a zip tie. Fuck this thing, but I have bagged it up just in case of any oil. Alright, so let's do the bloody struggle of flipping me screen so I can see. So pretty simple. Front one is the PCV valve, whatever it is, that goes down. I've actually run it just into the in on the catch can just to stay safe, even though I have essentially cut out the block plate. Thingo, bullshit. Rear one runs in down there. Breather on the top. This line blocked off. The line that comes up from the bottom, if you can see it, just down there, you maybe, nope, somewhere, but there, that gold bolt that you see there, that's that line blocked off. So that front one goes down, that back one goes in intake. Block off the two, one, into, back one, into, open atmosphere. Doesn't look too bad. Ideally, I will clean it up in the future because that front one's not too bad, but that rear one has a big like whoop. I do want to get press in A in fittings for the head so it looks better, but catch can just tucked down there. I normally like the look of a catch can, just exposed, but I couldn't really get it anyway, so it's kind of just hiding. But that's the catch can in. So next step, start wiring a Haltech in. Once I get in the cab, get the stock ECU exposed, I'll show you my reference. What I'm doing with my little custom pinout I've done here. It's not custom, it is actually from a reference thing. As you can see, I've just written like CAN 21, 24, 83. All of them are wires on the actual ECU itself that I need to either tap into or intercept. I will put a photo in now of what I'm following. I'll also link in the description the page that I'm following. In a way, it's a good one. Old mates explained it. When I did this for El Hilux down there, I had to custom wire and figure most of it out and everything because there isn't really anything about it. So firstly, we go in here. I believe ECU is either in this dog, up under there, I don't know. I'll find it. And then we'll go for that. By the way, I still need to clean out the inside of this car. it's a clean interior, like it's not dirty, but there is some interesting shit that old mate has left back here. A pillow. There's a full fresh pack of undies somewhere. Yeah. Full fresh pack of undies. Weird. But yeah, let's go. Wiring a Haltech. Alright, so yes. Is behind that, you just want to take off that little kick panel, pop the little clips on the plastic. I did forget to mention, you do want to disconnect your battery. Easiest, just as you would know or should know, just disconnect negative. That little bolt on top undoes the plug. Now, just put the stock ECU aside. From that little list I showed you, I just got to still disconnect all this bloody plastic shenanigans. Like I said, everything's hard with one hand. If I can maybe... No, fuck it. If I can maybe grab it with the camera, with this. Pinch it? Yeah, okay. So I gotta take off this little plastic connector cap thing. I don't really know how. This is all due to be and very bloody different. But take off this. Somehow I will do that. Fuck it. And that little list I showed you, which is on my phone. All this I'm just gonna go through. I've already got the pins and everything labeled on my other thing, but where it says, I don't know if you'll be able to actually see this properly. There we go. Where it says tapped and intercept. So intercept, I will be, say, this yellow wire here. I'll be cutting that from the ECU plug. I don't need the ECU side, it's just the side that goes to whatever it goes to. Take that wire, wire it into the Haltech. If it's tapped, splice the wire and join it so it goes still to the ECU, still to the thing. So I'm gonna go through my list, do all that, and then I'll get back to you, because this is gonna be a bit of fun, bit of messing around, bit of wiring, bit of this, bit of that, but not too bad. All right, we are back on this on the second day. This normally does not take this long. One-handed wiring is apparently a bit harder than I thought. I can't solder them. Holy shit, what happened to my face? It's already black somehow. Probably lack of sleep. My dog is sticking to the tyre. Chaser, get off the tyre. Anyway, yeah, we're back on the second day. I've learned crimping, impossible. Soldering, definitely impossible. So I had to just twist and tape. This is not permanent. I will be soldering or crimping in, well, when I'm back to 2 hands. But my dog is literally sticking to the tyre. But so we're about halfway done in multiple hours. I got that many to go, 9 more to go, and then I got to wire the wideband. I got to tap into the AC blue wire. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep chipping away and then get back to you once I guess chuck in the wideband and all that bullshit. So I'm still not done. I'm almost there, but I had to make a quick intermission. Yeah. So you gotta do one-handed. Yeah. Ow! Bloody hell! Smashed my knee. Yeah. I may have got it for 180. It's basically new. If you know how much they are normally. I done well, so I had to go get it. Now, the skid pig is gonna be outrageous. This will be a later job, obviously, but yeah, this is some fancy shit. After I don't even know how long. We're in. We're all wired in. Obviously, like I said, temporary, I've got to fix it up. Wideband's in. Still got everything to clean up, which I'll eventually do. I will have to do it. That wire that's talking about, spliced to the blue wire on the AC, because apparently thingos don't work on the other one. I think it was like pin 92. if you read the form, if you want to do this, you'll see. Wideband's in. Luckily, literally same thread. So now, I gotta go grab the world's slowest laptop, which doesn't allow me to edit, or there'd be a bunch of videos yet. But it's first start time. It's time to see if this bloody will start. And if I wire it all right, first go. Doesn't happen often, but we'll see. All right, we're in the car. We got the laptop. First ignition. Whoop, one more, sorry. We got the sensor. I mean, we got whatever the fuck you call that. The gauge is on. Haltech has power, if you can see the light. We got to connect. It's reading it. Yeah, we are importing, uploading. So far all good, but I think it's not gonna focus. My wideband is either not wired in right, or I don't know. But yeah. That's not what you want. Come on, go. Well, let me fuck around. Oh, we've cleared the bloody, wherever it is, wideband code. Turns out, that is, well, sorry, the AM will not connect through CAN bus on the Haltech. So I just wired it into AV1, which was AC control. Which I don't even know why I wired in AC control anyway, because I'm deleting that. So, yeah, I guess take two. I do have these two, the home percentage signal bullshit, so that may be causing an issue. I may actually have to wire in home negative, but I think we have to wire in home negative. Yeah, we may have to wire in home negative. He said on the form you don't actually have to, but he did to make it work. So that may be my reason. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I'll get back. I love it. Alright, we're next day. So, I now know why it wouldn't start. I completely missed a step. I need one of these. So, you can buy a Haltech one, yada yada yada. You can buy many ones. But Repco did this bugger for 12 bucks. So, this is an ignition module. I don't have a plug. They couldn't find me a plug. So, I'm just going to use some pins and some dodgy shenanigans. Yeah, that's alright. But, that needs to wire into... Yeah, it won't be easy to show. But that needs to wire into your 3 coils so that you can actually get spark. Yeah, I missed that one. So I'm gonna quickly do that, and then it should be first starts. I also gotta just tape up some more wires because, like I said, can't crimp, can't solder right now. Tape them up, wire that in, and then bloody fingers crossed. Let's do this. Alright, I don't want to talk about this, but this is my custom plug. I am going to tape it all up with tape, and I will end up buying an actual plug, but I don't have the time. But yeah, they're all tight in there and they work. I'm going to follow the Haltech diagram on how to do it, because I don't have instructions, so I'm just going to follow the Haltech one and pray for the best. So hopefully I get the car started after wiring all these doggies into this doggy. Alright, I got that wired in. That's on just a metal piece with some heat shrink so it can disperse heat, etc. Everything's wired in. Don't mind, probably the messiest ECU wiring setup ever. Once I'm a bit more able, or after I kind of get the cunt started, excuse my language, that's when I'm going to kind of extend wires, move it all up here on a plate, and make it all look fancy. But for now, we gotta get it started. So I'm gonna go get the laptop and I'm gonna try to start it, and hopefully A, this thing works, B, I've wired it in right, because I just followed the Haltech instructions, and this thing is not a Haltech one, but I'm assuming they should all be pretty similar. You can't say, and I can't fingers crossed, but fingers crossed. Alright, we've got the map loaded again. This just scares me every time. So taking a quick intermission, tuning, to climb a bloody road, because apparently I went to go get a car charger, and there was one hell of a red-bellied black snake under here. So we're doing some bloody interrogation. Dog. Look at him down there, slithering through the fucking shit. I don't know what to do now. I didn't think this far through. He's just fucking moving around now. Fuck, boy. Alrighty, so how's this? We started this Friday, down Monday. Car not started. So, wasn't actually anything to do with my wiring, my base map and tuning stuff. Turns out, after speaking to some bloke on the Haltech forums, I won't actually throw out his name just because I don't know if he wants me to share it around and everything, but I will disclose this is a very, very, very last option if you can't get what I'm going to explain on the computer to work. So my home and trigger sensors would not get any voltage, would not get any arming, whatever it's called, nothing whatsoever. We tried every single setting, everything, nothing would work. He then went, oh, I've seen this once before, we're going to try something. I do not recommend this, is a final last resort. It worked. So, see that blue wire? That is tapping the negative. I got to obviously clean this all up still. This was bloody 12 o'clock last night. But that blue wire is tapping the negative from the trigger and the negative from the home to a sensor ground. That is the only way I could make my home and trigger read something and do what it needs to do. You're not meant to do that. That is a last resort, like he said, and he's done a fair few of these. He's actually the bloke that did the pinout for this. That's a last resort. He's only seen it once before, and he doesn't even know why. So, yeah, something was a bit funky. The grounds weren't reading to the Haltech ECU, so I needed to essentially reground it, make it do something, and work. Other than that, everything is working perfectly fine now, which is glorious, hectic, lovely, good. Other than this, that box, the bloody ignition module, which I got told should work. Should be a 3-channel ignition module. Not really. Does not work. Same bloke. He's a bloody legend. He basically went take off the cap. The plastic cover I did, and apparently most of the China ones are bullshit. They're not actual real 3-channel. So that needs to go, and I need to go spend the $200 on a Haltech one, or $120 at the moment on Automotive Superstores on a Bosch one that ends with 233 or 033. One of them. I'll link which one you should get for now for your cheaper option. But yeah, basically it won't start yet. We spent hours going through everything to make this work and get this right, so everything's ready other than I need that to come in the mail and then she will start. Bit of a bloody stitch up. So in that time being, while I wait for that, since we won't have fire, but all in all it doesn't really matter other than just happy days. If it fires you can see it and mess with the tuning. I'm going to continue with cleaning all this bloody bullshit up. I don't know why I didn't think about this a while ago. Teresa, use the bloody bride seat. And now I'm lower, closer, more comfortable. I know a lot of people say bucket seats are uncomfy, but I bloody love them. I reckon they're comfy as all hell. Just give you a nice warm hug. Alright, continuing with this cleaning up. Alright, After a bloody long time of extending wires, cleaning... Hello. Extending wires, cleaning wires, doing a bunch of shit, we got these up through where I need them to be. The actual Haltech plug, obviously, vacuum line. This will be for the new ignition module once I get it. Got these two wires ready for the dash. Got this wire, which is just going to be for sensor ground, which I've just tapped into the ECU and just got it there for when I need, because the ECU is all back in there, tucked in, cleaned up. Wires are all tucked and hidden. AFR gauge. I'm probably just going to bloody delete one of the air conducts and cut it in and install it into there for now. I don't necessarily need it because it will be on the dash, but yeah, that's all them. I will be making a custom plate that goes across here and looks all fancy, but for now I'm probably just gonna bloody screw the Haltech into here. Yeah, the main reason why I will be doing that is because it will be too far extruded if I do it onto that. If I make a custom plate in here, which cut the edges off this, so you still got the sides in there, custom plate will kind of tuck behind in here, and it'll make the Haltech sits a bit in and just looks cleaner, because race car, I want to say the Haltech, I want to say everything look fancy, all that stuff. So yeah, that is all done. Wiring is tucked, cleaned up, much bloody better. That was a bit of a nightmare. Now I can go on to wiring the dash. To do this, it's literally just the plug before the I/O box, which I will be doing next episode. But this, can high, can low, to these two on that, literally match the colours nicely. And then you got Mr. Wing Power. Oh, I didn't rev it. Then we got ground, which just goes to a ground, which I actually do have a chassis ground in here. And then a switch 12 volt, which I'll just be wiring into the same one in there. So nice and easy. And this doggy's will wire in. It's actually a very easy thing to wire in, other than the I/O expander box, which I will be getting into next episode of a bit of a headache and multiple wires you got to tap in and find. But that's for the next one. For now, these nice easy wires. As you can see, I started tearing things apart. Aircon controls are gone. This will go back in. I'm going to cut these holes bigger because I can put some gauges in there. I don't really need gauges with this thing because it's going to have all my bloody gauges in there. I will need to tap into some of these wires to go into the I/O box, sorry, which will be in the next episode. But the dash itself, it's got the disconnectable shroud thing. So this, I'm literally just going to plate off this. This can go back in, and then the dash can just mount onto that. Nice and easy. All the other cars that I've had to make custom dash for the power tune, a little bit harder. So this, I can literally just put a plate nicely in here, cut it to this shape, and then just glue it to this, cut the hole that I need and everything. Bada bing, bada boom. So this, I keep. That, not going to keep. I can't ruin it yet because this is going to need to go back in here quickly. Well, not in there, but plugs so I can get some readings of auto and all that fancy bullshit. But we're out. Now I can tuck my wires down through there, out through there to connect all my CAN wires, power wires for the dash. Right, so we should all be wired in. Hit the ignition. Righty, I hope that everything turns on. Give it a second. Hey, there we go. Now that that's turned on, I don't believe we should have any readings yet. Nope. Everything is still wired to the bloody whatever you call it, the Hilux. I've got Hilux Odos and all that shit. But we need to go to computer, as you're going to see, try to get it connected to the Haltech, which it's taking its time. I'm looking for displays. Here we go. Dash. Turn the dash on. Generic dash. Give it a bloody restart. No, it has not. It has not, but I might need to play with settings in here. Let me just check something. Alrighty guys, I know what my dash issue is. Also, I got a different bloody cast on. The reason why it won't connect is I need to update it. And another reason is my SD card got corrupted a long time ago, which Haltech sent me a new one. That was in a pile of important stuff and is now gone. I think it got thrown out. Yeah, well, I don't know, I just gotta try and get a new one. Or send in my dash, get it repaired, I don't really know. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Yeah, next episode, which I'm probably gonna start recording now anyway, because I don't have anything to do, is gonna be start figuring out the custom plate for the dash anyway. Probably the custom plate for that, wiring in the I/O box for this, so I can get blinkers, everything. I know it's a burnout car, but still having blinkers on a dash. Extra sensors, because the 750 only has 3 AV ports, which all used up now. So I can wire in oil pressure, oil temp, fuel pressure, all that stuff for when I put the other sensors in, and get the little adapter, screw thingo, and all that good stuff. And the big one of next episode will be the B&M shifter. I'll show you. So this, I've done some research. It's going to be interesting to get in, because apparently the linkage itself, I need to make a custom little plate to make that work. But if I move some stuff, this one I'm excited about. A fancy shifter's going in. I showed you this earlier in the episode, so yeah. It's hard to do, like, one-handed. But yeah, fancy shifter's going in. I will end up getting the fully manualised box. So, like the little control box that plugs in. So it'll be a fully manualised, I forgot the name of it. I want to say like spring shifter or something like that. Just fancy shit. So that'll be going in next episode, and just some cleaning up and some nice plates and I/O box, a bit more wiring sadly, but yeah, a bit of fun next episode, a bit of fancy shit. So once and always, thank you for watching. If you want to support me and my stupid builds, 1, 2 Hilux, dirt bikes, all the buggies, all the fun stuff, go follow, well, go subscribe, like, comment. I've also got a clothing brand I've released. I'll tag some of the, I'll upload, put pictures of some of the clothes, since I'm a bit broke to buy my own fucking clothing at the moment. But I'll put some of that now in, and yeah, thanks for watching.